So our mission today is to pull out the key insights for you, give you that shortcut to being well-informed, and really figure out what matters most for using pauses effectively.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? How such a small technique can have this really surprising ripple effect. It's definitely more than just not talking for a second.
Okay, so let's start right there. What exactly is a pause in this context? And how can it change everything like our source material claims?
Well, basically, it's just stopping speaking for a short time, maybe 1, maybe 2 seconds. That's it. But it's in that little gap, that little silence, that the magic can happen. Our sources point to sort of three main types. You've got your natural pause, the kind you take at the end of a sentence, naturally.
Right, like catching your breath.
Exactly. Then there's the thinking pause. That's the moment you take, maybe mid-thought, to just like gather your words, find the right phrase.
Okay.
And the third one is the dramatic pause. This one's intentional. You use it to add a bit of emotion or maybe build suspense or just really make a point land.
And we have that great example.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you something. Pause, but I wasn't sure how. What's happening there? What's the effect of that specific pause?
Ah, that's such a good illustration. What happens is that silence. It lets the emotion hang in the air for a second. It creates this little bit of tension, yeah. And it gives you, the listener, a moment to actually process the first part of the sentence and anticipate what's coming. It pulls you in. It lets you connect. That's the magic they talk about.
Interesting. But, despite these obvious pluses, pausing feels scary for a lot of people, especially maybe for English learners. Our source touches on this.
Oh, definitely. It's a huge hurdle for many, and it usually comes down to a few incorrect beliefs. People worry pausing makes them look like they forgot the word.
Right, like you're blanking.
Yeah, exactly. Or that it makes them seem nervous, unprepared. And there's this big one. The idea that being fluent means you have to speak super fast, like no breaks allowed.
Which is just not true, is it?
Not at all. And that's a critical point our sources make. They directly counter these fears. Think about it. Native speakers pause all the time. Politicians do it deliberately. Great public speakers master the pause. It's not weakness. It's actually a sign of control, of confidence, really.
So if we manage to get over those fears, what are the actual superpowers we unlock? What's the real payoff for mastering the pause?
Well, this is where it gets really good. Connecting this back, these aren't just small improvements. They fundamentally change how your words land. We can pull out 5 key benefits. First, clarity. Simple as that. Pausing gives people time to actually understand you. It separates your thoughts.
Like verbal commas and periods.
Precisely. Makes everything much clearer. Second, confidence. When you pause on purpose, you sound calmer, more in control. You're not rushing, you're guiding.
Okay, that makes sense.
Third, better thinking. That little break gives your brain a chance to catch up, find the best word, not just the first word.
A tiny moment to strategize.
Exactly. Fourth, you sound more natural. Native English speakers don't talk like robots, they pause. So when you pause, you actually sound more like them, more authentic.
Right.
And finally, number 5, powerful communication. This is huge. A well-placed pause adds weight, emotion, it makes your message stick. Memorable.
That's a really compelling list. Can you give us some real-world examples? Famous people who do this well.
Sure. The sources mention Barack Obama. Think about his speeches, those powerful, deliberate pauses he uses. They're not mistakes. They give his words incredible weight.
Yeah, you really notice those.
Definitely. And then someone like Emma Watson, in interviews, she often uses these sort of gentle, thoughtful pauses, makes her sound considered reflective. And of course, TED speakers. Watch any good TED Talk. They consistently use pauses to let big ideas sink in. They need the audience to have that moment. The key takeaway here is these people pause on purpose. It's a skill, a strategy, not because they're lost for words.
Right. Okay, this is all great in theory, but how do we actually start doing this? What are some practical ways to practice? The source had some genius suggestions. Right?
Yeah, really practical stuff. First up, shadow speaking. Find a video of a native speaker you like, maybe slow it down a bit, and just speak along with them. Pay attention to when they pause, how long, and try to copy it.
Mimicking their rhythm.
Exactly. Second, read aloud with pauses. Just grab anything, a news article, a short story, and read it out loud. Make a point of pausing at every comma, every full stop. Get used to the feeling.
Sounds simple enough.
It is. Third, the 3-second rule. This is good for Q&A situations. Before you answer a question in English, just pause, count to 3 silently, breathe, then speak. It feels long at first, but it works.
Gives you that buffer.
Totally. Fourth, record yourself. Just talk about your day, anything. Record it on your phone, then listen back. Where did you rush? Where could a pause have helped?
A bit painful maybe, but useful.
Huh, yeah, can be, but very revealing. And fifth, this is an interesting one, the pause game. Try pausing after every sentence you say, even in your own language, just for practice. It helps you get comfortable with silence itself.
That leads perfectly into something else the sources mentioned, the emotional side. That pausing feels weird because silence itself feels awkward, uncomfortable. How do we shift that thinking?
That's a really deep point. We need to reframe silence. It's not the enemy, it's actually your ally. Silence shows your thinking. It shows strength, control. It shows respect for your listener, giving them time, and for your own words, giving them weight. We're often taught to, fill every gap, avoid awkwardness. But embracing the pause means embracing your own voice, your own pace. It helps you become someone people listen to, not just because you're talking, but because what you say feels considered, important.
That's a powerful way to look at it. So as people start trying this out, are there common mistakes they should try to avoid? Pitfalls.
Yes, definitely a few things to watch out for. A big one is filling the silence with or The goal is a silent pause, not a filled one. Replace the filler.
Got it. Silent, not noisy.
Right. Another mistake is pausing, like mid-word. That just sounds awkward. Pauses work best between ideas, between phrases or sentences.
Okay. Logical breaks.
Exactly. And finally, some people try so hard not to pause that they just speed up, which often makes things less clear. The fix: just consciously slow down, breathe.
Makes sense. And for listeners who really want to level up, sound more polished, maybe even professional, any genius tips for that?
Yeah, some more advanced things. First, get in the habit of taking a nice deep breath before you start speaking. Calms the nerves, centers you. Second, use your hands and body language. Gestures can actually help guide your pauses naturally, give them a visual anchor.
Interesting connection.
Yeah. Third, practice with a friend, someone you trust, and ask them specifically, did that sound clear? Were the pauses okay? Get that honest feedback.
Good idea.
Fourth, this might sound unusual, but listen to music with strong rhythms, like rap or spoken word poetry. It really tunes your ear into timing and flow. And fifth, keep watching great speakers, TED Talks, famous interviews. Actively observe how they use pauses. Learn from the pros.
Okay, that's a solid toolkit. Now, understanding is one thing, doing it consistently is another. Our source material laid out a simple, daily 10-minute routine. Can you break that down?
Absolutely. It's designed to be super manageable. Minutes 1 to 2. Just focus on deep breathing. Get in the right mindset, calm and centered. Minutes 3 to 4, do that shadow practice. Pick a short video clip, mimic the speaker's pauses. Minutes 5 to 6, read something aloud, anything. Focus hard on pausing at commas and periods. Make it sound natural. Minutes 7 to 8, record yourself talking for just a minute. Maybe summarize what you just read. And minutes 9 to 10, listen back to that recording. Identify 1 or 2 places where you could have used a pause more effectively. Note it down. That's it. 10 minutes. The idea is doing this consistently builds that pausing skill into your natural speech. Powerful, fluent, natural.
10 minutes a day seems doable. And look, for anyone still thinking, does this really make a difference? The sources shared some pretty cool success stories, didn't they? Real people.
Yeah, really inspiring examples. There was Ali from Turkey. He mentioned he used to speak super fast because he was nervous. After learning to pause, people started telling him he sounded much more confident. He actually enjoys speaking English now.
Wow, that's a big shift.
Huge. Then Nina from Brazil. She did the 10-minute daily reading practice for just 1 month. She said she felt a massive difference in how she sounded, much more controlled.
Just from reading aloud with pauses.
Yep. And Roz from India credited pausing with helping him pass his IELTS speaking test. He said it gave him that vital moment to think clearly under pressure. So these are, real people getting real results from this seemingly small technique. It works.
So, wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway here? It feels like mastering the pause isn't about being some kind of perfect, flawless speaker.
Not at all.
It's more about being present, isn't it? Respecting your own thoughts and giving your listener a fair chance to really hear you. Native speakers have that rhythm, that feeling, that confidence, and it sounds like embracing the pause is a key way for anyone to develop that too.
Absolutely. The pause is where your power lies. And here's the immediate action plan, straight from the source material, for you listening right now. First, pick an English video you like. Maybe a minute from YouTube's, an interview clip, anything. Watch that minute and just notice the pauses. Where do they happen? Then, try shadow speaking it slowly. Copy the timing. Feel the rhythm. Next, record yourself saying just 3 sentences, but put intentional pauses in there. And finally, try to repeat that little routine, watch, shadow, record daily for just 1 week, 7 days. Then check in with yourself. You might just say, wow, I sound different. I sound better. So here's the final thought. Don't be afraid of the silence. Actually, learn to use it. Maybe even love it, master it. Because truly fluent English and really powerful communication, it starts with having the courage to pause.
A fantastic place to end. That's all for this deep dive. Hopefully that gives you a new appreciation for the simple, powerful act of pausing.